game of the week is the Longview Lobos traveling down to Lufkin to take on the Panthers. It is the 89th meeting between Longview and Lufkin. It's the final home opener for the Lufkin Panthers at John Outlaw Memorial Field at Abe Martin Stadium. They're going to be getting a new field. So it's Friday at 7:30 p.m., our first game of the week. Now, some facts between these two teams. 89th meeting, like I said, Longview leads the series 47-37-4. So they have 47 wins to Lufkin's 37. Longview's won the last 9 meetings, so they've kind of dominated here recently. Lufkin's last win against Longview was 2016 at Abe Martin Stadium. In the last 20 meetings, seeing if the trend changes any, it doesn't. Longview 16-4 against Lufkin in the last 20 meetings, and Longview won last year 41-16. If you remember, though, Lufkin went up 14-0 in that game early on. Longview stormed back to win 41-16, and then 2 years ago at Abe Martin Stadium in the rain, Lufkin and Longview played to a near dead heat. Longview won 7-3 in that one. Some scores from the other years: 2023 it was 42-0 Longview, 2022 56-7, 2020 41-5, 2019 24-21, 2018 35-28. They played twice in 2017. Longview winning 33-32 in the playoffs, 35-16 in the regular season, and then Lufkin that last win in 2016. There have been 27 meetings at Abe Martin Stadium. Lufkin with a 14-13 advantage at home. So there's all the facts and figures about Longview and Lufkin. But let's hear from the coaches themselves, beginning with Longview's head coach, John King, who is returning this year. He dealt with mouth cancer last year. His father also passed away last year. So a rough year for Coach King. He's happy and excited to be back on the sidelines. So let's hear his thoughts on this matchup against Lufkin.
Let's talk about this game coming up on Friday. It's the 89th meeting of Longview and Lufkin, and it's every year we talk about it. It's a big game, and it's starting off the season again. Before we get into talking about the game, Coach, it's the last year at Abe Martin Stadium for the Lufkin Panthers. I know you've had plenty of games over there at Abe Martin. So what's kind of do you have a fond memory of playing at Abe Martin, or what's maybe your favorite memory down there?
The first thing I question is why in the world did I agree to play him there again this year? I mean, I could have been done with Abe Martin Stadium if I'd thought, but
That's
no, I
right.
talked to Carl, and he told me they may pass the bond and really wanted to get this game in. And I said, that's fine. I understand. I mean, he's going to be in a bind next year. So we were able to get our game there this year, which is good. We'll be back at Lobo Stadium in 2027. But, Abe Martin Stadium, John Outlaw Field, I got a lot of bad memories. I can tell you that. A lot of them from the 11 straight losses we took, playing the likes of Javarsky Lane, Dez Bryant, those years, and just talented football teams. I mean, the Alton Dixon on defense. I mean, Juice Sparks. I mean, I think about those great players, just how tough and physical it was. And that's what I remember. Just hard fought battles. Reggie McNeil. I mean, you think about the great ones that you played down there, it's amazing the talent that they had. And we had too. We weren't too bad ourselves, but, they had the upper hand. But what a great series. And, this will be the last one at Abe Martin. And it's a great venue other than that press box. I mean, I'm glad we're going to get an elevator with a new one. And so it's a lot of history, a lot of tradition. And look, Longview Lufkin, it doesn't matter who's coaching. It doesn't matter who's playing. They fix and get after it. It's one of the best series there are in the state of Texas.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And you mentioned all those names from down there in Lufkin, and it's bringing back the memories too of that stadium and those games. But you mentioned that was they beat y'all 11 straight times, but now you're on a Longview has won the past 9 games. So why do you think there's this kind of streaks in this series where maybe one team dominates for a stretch and then it kind of flops?
I don't know. I guess each one of us had a rabbit foot shoved up our rear end for a couple years. I don't know. It hadn't been blowouts. I mean, there have been some games that were, high scoring and bigger margin of victory, but most of them have been real close. And we have played each other a ton. I mean, you think back to it, 2002, we played 3 times, twice in district play and once in the playoffs. And then, of course, we we wound up playing each other twice in '03. Then '04 we played twice. Excuse me, I guess no, we played once. We got them in the playoffs, both 12-0, and they beat us at SFA in front of 25,000 people. But you just think about the series. 2007, we played twice in non-district because nobody else would play us. But John Outlaw and Pat Collins, both who are deceased, they got their heads together and we played twice. And I'm like, Coach, they beat us 11 times. I'm really getting tired of adding to that number, but that's what they did. And like I told Carl Absek when he got the job, I said, man, what you're going to find out is that there's a lot of respect between Longview and Lufkin. Now, we want to get after each other's ass on game time, whether it's football, basketball, track, base, it doesn't matter. They want to compete, but there's a lot of respect. We've had to take care of each other because, from middle school to high school, in terms of finding games for our sub-varsity teams and doing what's right by kids. And that is the one thing I will say about Lufkin ISD from top to bottom and Longview ISD. They've taken care of each other when it comes to kids.
And that's the biggest thing. That's the main thing there is taking care of the kids. Tell me about this game though, coming up on Friday. Obviously, it's a season opener. What are you kind of expecting to see from your team, and what do you expect to see out of Lufkin that may look different from what you saw last year?
Well, Lufkin's going to be really good on defense. They got 4 defensive linemen back and a couple of linebacker and a couple of DBs. So defensively, they may have 10 starters back. I don't know exactly the head count, but they were good last year up front. Carl's done a good job in a short amount of time. They're getting kids out and playing. And offensively, they'll have a new quarterback, I believe. Their scheme last year gave us fits. They jumped out to a 14-point lead. They hit us with some big plays, explosive plays, and knocked us back on our heels. But Lufkin's going to be well coached. We know that, and they're going to have some tricks up their sleeve, and they're going to be fast and physical and play with a lot of pride playing at home, being the last year at Abe Martin. So it won't be a walk in the park for either one of us, I can tell you. But what the great thing about this game, week one is it's going to tell both of us where we're at, whether who wins or loses. It's going to show you your strengths. It's going to show you weaknesses. That's why you play good people in non-district. And I guess the best thing is it doesn't do anything for either one of our playoff hopes. So both those want to win. I get that part. But, the big thing is playing good people and seeing where you're at.
Well, Coach, before I let you get out of here, I do have to ask you about your son Haynes. Now, I want to take you back to that Hall of Fame game. I was watching it. I was in California at Cowboys camp, so I had it on the TV in the hotel, and I think I may have woke up the neighbors or something at the end of that game because I got so excited. So I can only imagine what was going through your head. But take me back to that game and watching him in the Hall of Fame game, and then just talk to me about how proud you are of him right now.
I'm extremely proud of my son. I'm proud of who the player he is and the person that he is. And I'm proud of the fact he grew up playing East Texas football, basketball, track, baseball. He's an East Texas kid through and through, and he represents every one of us. And he has a lot of fond memories, of all the coaches in East Texas. And I know we're playing Lufkin this week, but John Outlaw and Todd Quick made an impression on my son, just like I did as his father. He thought the world of them. But when that boy plays, he plays for East Texas. He plays for the Lobos. He plays the name on the back of his jersey. And it means something to him. And that's what I'm most proud of. And I did get ecstatic when he put that ball in the end zone. I told the man in front of me when they started to drive, I said, let me tell you something what's going to happen. He said, put the ball in the end zone somehow, so get ready. And he did. And what a great ending. But he's Lobo Nation through and through.
Well, it was a joy to watch. You're right. And as soon as they got the ball under 2 minutes to go, I said, we've seen Haynes do this plenty of times. I've already seen this story play out plenty of times.
Huh? Yeah. Well, I'm glad he was able to get it done. And, got to get healthy. We'll see what happens after that. But, like I tell our kids, one game don't make you and one game don't break you. You better stack them on top of one another. So he better get back out there soon.
That's right. That's right. Well, Coach King, thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us this week. And our game of the week this week, Longview at Lufkin. We look forward to seeing you at Abe Martin for the final time this year, Coach. And look forward to seeing you then. And best of luck to you and your Lobos.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, good to hear from Coach King. Happy to have him back on the sidelines, and excited to hear him back on the sidelines and see him out there on Friday night. But now let's hear from the other coach, Carl Absek, his second year with the Lufkin Panthers. Our KTRE sports director, Colton Sneed, got to catch up with Coach Absek, so let's hear his thoughts on this game.
Lufkin Longview, historic rivalry here, not only just in East Texas, but across the state of Texas. It's going to be our game of the week. Talk to us a little bit about what you are, how you're kind of looking at preparing for this Longview game. Let's start there.
I mean, we're preparing to go out and compete and win a game. They're really good, and they've had success, and we haven't as a school. They've gotten on a roll on us, and so we're trying to end that streak, and it's a big challenge. But at the same time, that's kind of what you want to do, is to go challenge yourself to play good people and teams that are well coached, because at the end of the year you want to be playing too, and that's the teams you're going to be facing. And so it's preparation for the long term. Obviously the rivalry in itself makes it an exciting deal. You throw in that this is the last year of Abe Martin Stadium in its current form, and it kind of adds a little bit of intrigue to that as well. And so, it's going to be a fun week, and an exciting week. And then obviously, we're going to have to play better, and finish the game better than we did last year. I think for the most part, that game was much closer than the score indicated. But we let it get away at the end of the game a little bit. But at the same time, I'm not looking for I don't even know what I want. I'm not looking to get close. We want to get over the hump, but at the same time, we're going to have to go out and grow up and play.
Yes, sir. And you bring up one of the questions I was going to get to. The last season of Abe Martin Stadium. This is your second year here at Lufkin, but one of the more popular, one of the more well-known stadiums here across the state. Is it extra special to you coming into this year, knowing it's the last year, like you said, in the current form of Abe Martin Stadium?
I mean, it's special because it's the next year you got, and I'm getting to the point in my career. It's like, how many of these you got left? And so, but every group of kids, it's special for them because it may be their last year, and so you want to make it the best year it can be. Obviously, being that the stadium's going to be changing over here in the next few months, it is special because you want to send it out in style. And so obviously we'd like to close it down with a bang up year and go play for a while in the playoffs. And so I don't know that it changes anything in terms of our preparation or your thoughts, because every team is new and different every year, and you're excited for them because you want your seniors to have the best experience they can. But it is kind of unique. You don't oftentimes get to close down a stadium.
Yes, sir. And Abe Martin means so much to the people of Lufkin. Lufkin is a very proud community. They love the Pack. They love their football team. They love Abe Martin Stadium. In your first year plus now here at Lufkin, what has the community meant to you to move here and become the leader here of the the Lufkin football program?
I think that their passion shows out, and that's the thing. It's important. What we do here in the school is important to the people of the community and to the alumni. It's very unique in that, and it's a lot of people that are from Lufkin are very proud to be from Lufkin, and they'll let you know that. And it carries over to their support of your athletic programs. Obviously, it's a pretty special deal for a community to pass a bond to build a stadium because it's not cheap and it costs money, and so that in itself shows you the pride that they have in their schools and their programs and wanting to provide the kids the best that they can. And so I think all those factors show you how much it matters. And obviously the Panthers have had a tremendous amount of success in the past, and we want to continue that and grow that and give them something to cheer for. And obviously, when you're winning games, the stadium fills up, and there's nothing better than a full stadium that's loud on a Friday night. And so I'm excited for our kids to go out and show them the work that they've put in and the commitment they've had to it, and for them to come out and support them.
And the last thing I want to get to talking about next week's game is taking this rivalry off the field. Obviously, Coach King with Longview coached first game against Lufkin last year, and then was off the field the rest of the year with his fight with cancer. Talk about your relationship that you've kind of built with Coach King as you've come in here into Lufkin, and what he means to the Texas high school football community.
Well, as a coach, you can't have anything but a tremendous amount of respect for him. And this year he got inducted to the Hall of Fame, which is an unbelievable accomplishment, especially when you're still playing or when you're still coaching. It's not even after the fact. But he's a great mentor to not only his coaching staff but to other coaches. I've asked him questions or philosophical things because you believe in what he's done. You watch and see what he's created at Longview, and the stability and the fact that he's been there for 26 years or whatever it is. That's a tremendous amount of commitment, but also shows you the things that you can accomplish when a community gets behind an idea, and then they spend the time there long enough to let it come to fruition. And so I think he's a tremendous ambassador to our sport, to our coaching fraternity. I got nothing but respect for him, and the deal is next Friday I want to beat him. But it'd be the first time I'd done that. He's an unbelievable man and someone you look up to as a coach.
All right. So, Coach Absek, high expectations for this year along with Coach King, so should be a good game. Last home opener at Abe Martin Stadium, Friday, 7:30 p.m.,